I've decided. What I'm going to make is instant yakisoba. Did he say instant yakisoba? Okay. Let's do an 8-to-2 ratio of yakisoba flour to binding flour.
In response to the 90% soba that I've made, he chose to do a 2-to-8 soba. Some people think that the more soba flour, the higher quality the result, but that's not true at all. Now, of course, the closer to 100%, the more the soba's inherent flavor and sweetness will come through. But customers not used to eating soba will find themselves confused, because that lack of binder will give the noodles a dry texture. It's easy to understand why we chose not to do 100% noodle, but an instant cup yakisoba?
Yeah. Something the matter?
I know it's your thing,
Nada,
and it's how you've been winning
Paso.
up until this point. You use
una estrella.
and unexpected ingredients, and a degree of eccentric
Paso.
fluffing.
Trae.
This time, those things will
Eso ya
not save
está.
you. The accumulation
No,
of
ese no.
time, of history, this is what lets soba's true nature shine. You do not have these things. Do not think that you can come in here and beat me at soba.
So you're saying it's time in history?
Ja, está
Thanks
aquí.
for the warning, Chef Kinokuni. It's very helpful. But I'm just gonna make soba my way.
Ay, no uso mucho esa persona.
All right, Soma. How do you plan
Yeah.
on beating the 10?
How do I plan to beat them? Well, whatever the theme is, I'll do what I do. Just flip it around on them right on the spot.
And yet, you lost the sorry battle at the selection, didn't you? The reason for that big ol' loss was because you couldn't beat Akira in his Valley of Aroma. But you're being presented with the elite now. The current 10 you'll be facing are the best at what they do. Flipping it around isn't gonna work. But you know what, son? You've got one thing you've developed, and it's something that even they wouldn't be able to beat. Your experience at an eatery.
Soba my way. There's only a certain group who'd be familiar with that. It may not be high-end exactly, but no matter what customer came, they were all happy, and everyone said it was delicious. That's the kind of soba I'm going to make right here.
Ah, so
Man,
good.
these pasta makers nowadays sure are awesome, aren't they? This little guy's pretty freaking neat.
Look at that guy! He's using a pasta maker!
So instead of handmade, it's machine made?
Man, forget it. This contest is over.
Soba! Please tell me that this doesn't mean he's given up.
No way.
A ver.
Soma Yukihira would never.
Vamos a este, yo no lo uso mucho.
Soma would never give up on a competition. He's just waiting for the right time to strike. In soba and udon circles, the word handmade
Really?
is extremely important.
Casi todos los juegos se copia
Just because
tira
it's
de
made by
Google.
hand doesn't mean it will be any more delicious. It's only delicious if it's made by hand well. There are many famous
Estamos
shops
hasta muy
where
ancho.
the washi is done by hand. And the stretching and cutting is all done by machines.
Hasta ya veo casi historia de cada uno.
She's right about
Cada
that.
personaje.
And he obviously has some skill. It's like
Yo
he's
sé, pero
right
consigo por
behind you,
YouTube.
staying close.
Así todo.
But at present, it's undeniable that there will be a difference in the quality of the soba itself. There's no way that you'll win. If you can somehow better your chances of success, then prove it. Show me what you've got.
That's it. You're nice and relaxed, Soma. Shouldn't you be cooking right now, Ishiki?
Don't you worry about me, my friend. Encouraging the other members is a part of teamwork too. Now then, remember those days of youth we spent at Kyokusei?
Ishiki, I ask that you take this seriously. Cooking is an art, one that encompasses all of our behavior in the kitchen. We ourselves are an important part of our dish. Now face me like a chef, and let's create a work of art. It is what we were born to do. A finishing technique! This is what he calls his Peppermill Rondo! We shall harmonize the greatest recital, the sessione.
Sorry, but what's your name again?
That's bad, Ishiki. I'm very disappointed in you. You know you can at least pretend to remember the names of all your peers.
Putting your hair up like that really suits you, Chef Rindo.
Oh, you think so?
Could you please stop changing the subject? Escuche, Ishiki. You are going to taste the heart-wrenching bitterness of utter defeat.
There's more for us to worry about than just Soma, my dude.
Yeah, we have to support Ishiki and Chef Nagishima too. Now then, Chef Julio has started to cook up his eels. To the eels, he's added salt, pepper, onions, and garlic. And now, he's tossing in a well-known white wine.
Todavía, queda en todo.
First, out of Italian trading.
The Shiratsu family has always overseen the cooking at the Italian. And for that distinction, their name carries weight in both Japan and Italy.
He certainly does seem skilled.
The theme is eel and his specialty is Italian. This could wind up being a tough
Déjate de agua, man.
It may come as a surprise to some people, but eel is a major part of European cuisine. The eel matlock that Rio served in the selection semifinals is a good example. Yeah, and in the
Algo
southern
de
region of Italy, it's customary for
¿Se sube o se baja? Decídete,
for
cabrón.
Christmas time.
Maldito
I'm sure
internet.
Julio Shiratsu is quite confident in his ability to cook eel
¿Qué
as well.
hablas?
I wonder what kind of cook Ishiki really is.
Vamos, este personaje ataca el
In the
cuerpo.
world of eel, there's an expression
Y más cuando lo ataca.
knife is 3 days, stretching is 3 months, bowl 3 years. Like with soba, skewering is 3 years, skinning is 8, grilling is life.
8 years? Your whole life? That's a whole new level.
I'm not sure whether or not Ishiki has that degree of skill. We could start an eel farm too, if we wouldn't set up an aquaponics greenhouse. This would allow for the eels to grow much quicker without having to become dormant during the long winter.
This is not the time to be thinking about that, Ishiki!
You really should stay focused.
Spouting off nonsense in the middle of a battle. Some things never change, and you just meander around, aloof to everything around you. I respect your great abilities from the bottom of my heart, as much as I hold reverence for my dear chef Donat Gotuda.
Oh dear!
My God! It was a dream of mine for us to be working side by side at Central. Why would you not obey Director Azami? You're a fool, nothing but a damn fool.
He's not phased one bit.
Nene, why don't you say something? He is the shame of the renowned Ishiki family.
The shame of the family? Well, that's not very nice. But yeah, it's the truth, really. What can I say?
Ishiki, have you no sense of pride at all? Not only were you removed from the tent, but you associate yourself with these failed dregs from Kyokusei. I tell you for your own good, a member of the Ishiki family is not suited for company such as these low-life bottom dwellers.
Julio, could you please shut up? Wait, what? I can't believe it took all this time for us to notice that the blood vessels had been severed.
Damn it. Now I totally get it. Sure enough, that one time, he didn't even use half of his real strength. This guy is so skilled, it's frightening. Who is he, really? This is who you are?
My. Never mind me. I never thought you'd speak that horrifically bad about the others at Kyokusei. All right, that settles it. Julio, I think that maybe it's time to crush you for real.
Mira, fuck. No hay tiempo. No lo vi. Estaba bien. La primera vuelta tuve con.
Let's waste no more time. Let the food war begin.
An instant cup yakisoba?
Yeah. Something the matter?
Do not think that you can come in here and beat me at soba.
Ishiki, have you no sense of pride at all? Not only were you removed from the tent, but you associate yourself with these failed dregs from Kyokusei. I tell you for your own good, a member of the Ishiki family is not suited for company such as these low-life bottom dwellers.
Julio, could you please shut up?
He just broke down the eel faster than I could possibly see. It was over in a flash. Wow, the skills of the former number 7 seed are truly impressive. However, he is also a puke ball scumbag enemy of Central. Let's look forward to that moment when he gets crushed into tiny smelly bits.
His skills are as sharp as ever. If he chose to make the most of them, he could easily go out there and earn a fortune. Why does he choose to oppose Central? It's just foolish.
Julio, don't you dare lose on us. Just beat him like you always do. Huh?
You make me happy, Ishiki. Your technique is so wonderfully beautiful to behold.
All right. I don't really get what you're doing, but I'll bite. I'm glad for you. I had no idea Ishiki's skills were that amazing. I mean, his speed and precision with which he broke down that eel.
Right? He split it open from the center.
That's unbelievable. Eels have no rib cage, so they have a flexible midsection, making it very difficult to insert a knife with precision. Doing it like that requires far greater knife skills than splitting them open from the back. Hard to imagine from someone who walks around naked with an apron. Got that right.
What's that? Naked with an apron? Tell me what's going on, Hishoko.
Don't call me Hishoko.
Then you tell me, Meat Meat.
Don't call me Meat Meat.
Splitting them open from the back is known to be much more common. I've heard that the stomach cut was developed in Kansai areas like Osaka and Kyoto. So why would Ishiki do that?
There's a very good reason. And that is, the Ishikis have been running Japanese restaurants in the Gion area since the Muromachi. The Kinokunis to the east and the Ishikis to the west. These two families form the pillars of Japanese cooking.
What?
Also, Chef Kinokuni and Chef Ishiki's connection doesn't just stop there.
What? A kid from somewhere else is gonna live with us?
You know the Ishiki family from Kyoto, yes?
Ah,
They have
tío.
a very long and proud history.
¿Sabía?
So when the next Ishiki family successor finally turns 4, he'll be sent away from his hometown to receive training.
Okay.
The Kinokuni and Ishiki families have strong ties. You're both the same age, so he may very well turn out to be a good friend one day.
Huh?
Maybe say hello. This is Satoshi, next in line of the Ishiki family.
What now? So then, you mean to tell me those two are childhood besties?
Seriously? Yeah, I would say that's about right.
No, it isn't.
Huh?
All he ever did was stay at our house and learn the trade. That doesn't mean we became close.
Jeez, Nene. You're acting as cranky as ever today, aren't you? I mean, why are you looking so antagonistic?
You're utterly shameless. You know the reason.
And things are heating up here in the first bout of the Regimental Food War. The first card is the current number 5 seed, Shoko Kaburagi, versus the former number 3 seed, Tosuke Magishima. The second card is the number 8 seed, Kuryu Shiratsu, versus the former number 7 seed, Satoshi Ishiki. The third card is Nene Kinokuni versus Soma Yukihira, that punk from some Japanese eatery dump. Okay, it looks like the judges have just arrived and are now entering the venue. Let's introduce them, shall we?
Judges are arriving. They'll be important in all this.
Oh my.
Those are heavier than they look.
Hey, ma'am, are you all right over there?
Oh, what is it?
The books that girl is carrying.
Holy crap! They have WGO printed on them.
The WGO?
No way! I've never seen one in person. As a judge for a food war?
All the way to Japan?
Now, am I the only one who doesn't know
Lo que no da,
The famous World Gourmet Organization. They go about rating nice restaurants around the world, with 3 stars being their highest ranking. The organization operates mainly through critiques published just once a year.
If you're lucky enough to get just 1 star, That's enough to elevate a chef's reputation.
Conversely, there are other chefs who are already successful. But if they lose a star in the book for some reason, they lose all confidence and close up shop for good.
The WGO is an organization that all chefs admire, but also they all equally fear.
Oh, I remember Chef Kojiro mentioned this too. So this is what he meant by getting 3 stars.
Their critiques are published under the name The Canon, so it's also known as simply The Book. And the members that go out in the field to report on these restaurants are called bookmen.
So you're telling me that these judges, they're bookmen from the WGO?
Pardon, but that logo you have on your shirt says Japanese Eatery Yukihira, yes?
Yeah, that's right. That's the restaurant we run back home. Why do you want to know?
Yukihira. Well, it isn't completely discouraging, though.
Huh?
There are plenty of restaurants out there that simply aren't listed in the book for one reason or another. I'm sure that's probably the same in your case. And yet, how is it you say this is a family business and the source of your livelihood? You should be most grateful to your parents.
What? It's like she's taking pity on me. Is this supposed to be okay? Having people like that as judges?
Hey, Demi! Quit giving her attitude!
Soma Yukihira! Quit acting like you're hanging out in some cheap-ass diner! You make nothing but second-rate slop, you idiot! The WGO would never acknowledge the likes of you, a-hole!
All of you be silent! The reason I ridiculed him like that, or admonished him, is because his restaurant has 0 stars in the book.
What the heck is wrong with this girl?
However, the fact that he has not even 1 star listed is irrelevant. It is unrelated to whatever dish you will be presenting to us today.
You are correct. The basis for all judgment rests upon the unpresented dish. We as honored bookmen pledge to deliver an honest critique to all. That is, by the grace of God and the book.
And so, Mr. Japanese Eatery Yukihira, please be sure to make something special for us.
I thought you guys were kind of full of yourselves, but I sure do like those words. Just you wait.
He doesn't seem to be feeling it. Looks like his brain locked up or something.
This is no time to get distracted. My dish will soon be done. And mark my words, this dish will send you to your grave.
Is that right? Then I suppose I should hurry up.
Seriously? That foolish boy. What is he thinking here? It seems that in this plot, Ishiki is determined to be an utter idiot and try to show up not just Julio, but Nene and the rest of the town as well.
Okay, es finito. Now then, my well-honored judges, I hope you enjoy.
Oh wow, there it is, guys! The first chef up today is our talented Julio. And just what kind of dish do you suppose his sublime Italian cooking skills have prepared for us?
Oh, this looks magnificent.
The fresh, concentrated tomato, plus all the added richness of the eel, present this dish with an indescribably luxurious aroma.
I would say that is the unique appeal of this dish. The umami and the full fat of the eel, coupled with the rich tomato flavor, form a winning pair. I give you my capitone in umido.
Very well, I shall give this a try. The umami and fat of the eel like a raging torrent. And the flavor of the olive oil and tomato burst through and bring out a bright freshness. Unbelievable. It's simply perfect. This capitone in umido is a wonderfully executed dish.
Wow. It's looking pretty delish, man. But hey, what is this capitone and umido stuff anyway?
In umido just means that it's been cooked and served in sauce. And capitone basically means eel. Specifically meaning a large female eel to be exact. It has rich meat, good fat, and is considered top quality. Eel other than capitone is known as anguilla and is in a whole different category on its own.
And then, simmering it with tomato sauce was your way of bringing out the capitone's deliciousness. Am I correct in that?
Yes, a ragione. I chose San Marzone tomatoes for a background yet central role. Because this variety produces far less liquid than other tomatoes, I was able to create a sauce that would draw out the eel's flavor that much more. The San Marzone is known for its certain richness, which helps meld with the other spices, highlighting the flavor of the eel. This polenta has been perfectly fried in corn flour. The outside is golden brown, while the interior is nice and syrupy.
Not only is it sublime, but also
It brings out the aroma of the garlic while accentuating the concentrated sweetness of the onions. It also uses just the right amount of moisture from the tomatoes. This balance is only possible when all is in harmony.
This takes contrasting ingredients and incongruent melodies, and then blends them into a harmonious rondo.
The tomato and this voluminous capitone are gorgeously refined. The flavors continue to build and growing in luscious girth.
This consciousness.
The meatiness of it is overwhelming!
Smothers you in a way that feels so good.
So, Julio Shiratsu.
Well done indeed. I believe that this is a splendid dish anyone would be proud of.
Well, of course it is. I poured my heart and soul into getting better, just so I could be on the same level as Ishiki. Okay, show us what you've got, Ishiki. Let's go toe-to-toe in a splendid sessione.
That was always my intent, of course. The dish I'm about to present includes some special ingredients that I've had up my sleeve for quite a while.
Hold on, that's ours. That stuff came from our kitchen at Kyuksei. Yeah, I think this'll work. Let's try making our own original natural cheese, okay, Meat?
Yeah, but still, making cheese? I can get my hands on some good quality milk thanks to my family connections and all. But as for making it...
We have a bona fide fermenting probe right here at Kyuksei. We're gonna be just fine. Huh?
What's wrong? You look like crap.
I've been working for hours with Senshi on trying to come up with a new kind of rice juice for us, so I haven't gotten much sleep.
I found us some reference books. You want to check them out?
Damn, these are heavy!
Who knew that smoking stuff could be so much work?
Hey, what's up with Shun? How come he looks so chipper, Holmes?
Once we're done with this, it's on to the next phase.
Give us a break already!
Sweet youth. Such a wonder.
What is Ishiki doing? He cannot be serious.
He actually brought that? Yes. I did, in fact, steal all of your creations.
Try not to look so pleased with yourself.
Please don't do this! Everything you have there is still in its trial phase.
Oh, Ryoko. You're charming even when you're angry at me. And Julio, I am going to show you just what cooking means to me.
From the riverside is Satoshi Ishiki up to present his dish.
Please, enjoy. I'm presenting to you Hitsumabushi eel a la Kyuksei.
Did he say a la Kyuksei? Hitsumabushi?
Normally, you take sliced grilled eel and serve it as is over rice. Then to enhance the dish, one usually adds onions and nori and then steeps it with a liquid, such as green tea, to help heighten the experience.
Being able to enjoy different layers of flavor is the ultimate key to this dish. But looking at this...
It looks just like a cheese risotto.
That's right! You hit the nail right on the friggin' head, Takumi!
Sorry. Risotto is more of your area of expertise, isn't it?
Well, I guess. We run an eatery, so it makes sense that I'd be used to always cooking with rice.
Insultare! If this underclassman just threw a bunch of ingredients together, there's no way that dish can be any good.
Let's move on to the tasting. This indeed looks like a cheese risotto.
And if I'm not mistaken, it seems we're meant to finish it off by pouring what's inside this pot.
Wow, the cheese is melted just right and permeates the dish.
Such temporal tastiness invading my throat. The Szechuan pepper is what makes it.
The sharp, fresh aroma of the cheese draws out a degree of richness that skyrockets the flavor of the eel to unheard heights of pure delectableness.
What's more, the hidden ingredient that ties it all together is...
Garlic! Did they say garlic? Garlic in Japanese food? I used the garlic chips that my underclassmen made back at the door. They were carefully smoked using a bounty of fresh walnut chunks. I thought it would be a good idea to use them as a topping for extra crunch and texture. Although, if we're really being honest, the real key was the Kansai-style method of cooking. It's different from the usual steam method native to Kanto. This method makes the fat nice and crispy and gives it a big earthy flavor, making it pair perfectly with the added garlic I tossed on top. I found that this dish instills the beauty of Shun's passion and the sweat and tears of Daigo and Sato's labor. That's what makes it so tasty! Don't say your sweat is instilled in stuff! That's just gnarly!
This is a fine dish in and of itself, but would you please tell us what is in the pot you have in front of us? I find myself intrigued.
It's eel liver soup. It contains treated eel liver that was simmered with the garlic chips and olive oil. Then I took this rice juice, which Ryoko and Zenji made, and added some fish stock to it. I then gently melted in the cheese that Yuki and Meat Meat were working on, which resulted in a truly splendid flavor. Julio, if you're brave enough to try this and think it tastes good, you'll apologize to everyone at Kyokusei. You understand? I have no intention of making Japanese cuisine. In other words, I make my own cuisine.
In a prior food war, this is what the judges of fine cuisine said about Satoshi Ishiki's cooking. It was incredibly intense Japanese.
The skin is crispy, the fat is tasty, and the eel liver is so rich. The flavor and aroma come together in perfect harmony. This is the pinnacle. Es delicioso!
The aroma is actually a bit too powerful for my taste, but thanks to that, it matches well with the earthiness of the eel.
He used the downsides of the eel and turned it around to make it superb.
Okay, Julio, how does it taste? I'm just dying to know. I have to protect the integrity of my fellow residents at the dorm, so this dish incorporates the emotion of not only me personally, but as everyone's upperclassmen at Kyokusei.
In the face of cooking such as this, resistance is futile!
Well, apologize.
Tasting is done. The winner of the second card in the first bout will be Satoshi Ishiki.
You pulled off the first upset of the day, Ishiki.
Can't believe you used that without asking my permission. What if you had lost the match because of the garlic chips?
I had faith in what you made, even if you couldn't see it yet. But still.
I am a little bit angry over here, you know? That was still in the experimental stage for crying out loud.
Mr. Ishiki,
Yeah?
may I have a drink of what you have in that vessel?
Yeah, sure.
I get it now. I think I'm starting to understand what you're trying to protect with this food war. You bring everything you have into this. With these dishes, you all deserve praise. Not just from your foes, but praise from everyone here today. And rightfully so, that list should include the WGO bookmen. Oh, Julio! Don't fret, just leave everything else up to me. You've done your best already today!
No, Ishiki, you are but miraviglioso.
I know Julio lost and all, but he looks sort of happy right now.
It was certainly a fierce battle he fought against the rebel Ishiki. I wonder if Ishiki plans to always fight for his underclassmen, you know?
Resisting authority has made them arrogant, full of hubris. They're showing who they truly are.
But is he like that? I can feel his conviction to go against his own style of cooking.
There are still 2 cards remaining. So long as Central gets 2 victories, we're in the clear.
That's so
¿En
fast.
serio?
She's like a machine.
That's a precision born of experience. Being able to slice noodles at 0.1 millimeter thickness? This, without a doubt, is a skill learned on the job.
Soma started cranking out his pasta too. Literally, using a machine. There's a huge difference in skill right now.
Okay, Soma, what kind of soba do you intend to make? Will it be hot or cold, I wonder?
I guess I should say congratulations. But I'll be back for the second bout, and you will fight me again.
You should calm yourself. You're the number 6 seed, and I'm the former number 7. You don't always have to be so...
Just stop with the act already. The only reason I got ahead of you is that you've never taken this seriously enough. Which one do you want? Cat's cradle or beanbags? Huh?
Nene, what's this?
That's a ryuteki for court music. Do you want to try it? The hardest part is when you're first learning, just making a sound. Give it a shot. Oh, you were always like that. I would devote time to learning something, but you'd pick it up in an instant. And yet it still seemed like you were holding back. Do you have any idea how pathetic that made me feel? That's why I'll show you what I can do. You'll see just what the chefs of the 91st class are capable of.
I'm sorry, but that's simply not possible.
Huh?
The reason being, you're going to lose first to a certain chef that goes by the name of Soma Yukihira.
Hold on! What is it that Soma Yukihira has just brought onto the floor? It's a giant wok! He looks perfectly content to put his dish onto that raging flame! This cannot be really happening!
Instant yakisoba. Okay, time for me to finish him off.
He went through all that to make his 2 to 8 soba, but now he's ruined them. Soma Yukihira, you're finished. You've only been delaying the inevitable. Ishiki, I'm going to have to shoot down this golden boy of yours.
Okay, time for me to finish him off.
He went through all that to make his 2 to 8 soba, but now he's ruined them.
Huh? Is that bad? I thought yakisoba was always meant to be fried.
It may be called soba, but it actually uses a Chinese-style noodle made from flour. It's really quite different.
Oh, and Yamaguchi, there's a specialty called kawara soba that's fried after being boiled, but that uses cha soba noodles, which are made with a different flour.
Let's just say, you work at a restaurant known for Edo soba. If you fried those like Soma just did, they would kick you out of the restaurant in a second. That's how crazy this is.
But it smells so good!
It looks like she's finished boiling her soba. And the finishing touch is a topping of kakiyage.
Whoa!
Hers looks super delicious too! I can't stop drooling out of my face!
This is what a real soba expert can do.
She's really got him on the ropes with this one, huh?
What do you think, Akira? What is your nose telling you?
She's on a level that can't be easily surpassed. But...
Don't you dare wimp out! You got this!
The third years still look like you're raring to go. Come on, Soma. Don't give up.
No excuses. You have to win. Soma Yukihira.
On the third card of the first bout, both competitors are nearly ready to present their dishes. The snowfall just keeps getting heavier and heavier. It's chilly in here. This place is too big to keep warm. Good gravy. I'm shivering from the cold and the excitement.
All done.
That's our central. Chef Kanokini presents her fabulous dish. The sheen of those noodles is enough to take your breath away. This is the power of the Council of 10.
This is Kinokini style, 90% soba. It's served with sakura
I
shrimp
know.
kakiyage. Please, I wish for you all to enjoy.
Just amazing. Looks freaking spectacular. Beautiful. That soba is sexy.
Just like the delicate skin of a graceful lady, made by an heir of the Edo style. Very impressive. She's clearly inherited an extensive set of skills by that alliance.
I think it's time to begin deliberation.
Man, you've always been a peculiar girl, even when we were just youngsters. As the daughter of a prestigious family, you've always maintained proper etiquette and used the majority of your free time to study and practice. A regular kid who had to watch from afar their classmates playing and having fun after school would carry around a hint of jealousy on their face. But that wasn't the case for you at all, now was it?
This one turned out well.
You're the type that gets immersed in whatever you do. I'm sure it suited you perfectly to slowly polish those skills. And I know more than anyone just how much time and effort you put into perfecting the soba that is your family's pride.
Well then, it's time for a taste. The Benito stock is delightful with a rich aroma.
I heard it's proper form in Japan to slurp one's noodles.
Then I think we must follow that etiquette and start slurping.
This is 90% soba, but it's so smooth.
The flavor of the soba is so delicate. I can't believe it's this subtle yet impactful.
This kakiyage is unbelievably light. The batter is so soft, but the sakura shrimp are amazingly crisp. And the flavor and texture of each shrimp is so very distinct.
The contrast between this and the noodles match perfectly.
The aftertaste of the shrimp lingers behind ever so subtly.
Just one more bite. It's gone? Who the hell ate my soba right out from under me?
You ate every last bite with a very content look on your face, sir. Would you like seconds?
Yes, please.
Let me have some of your delicious soba noodles, Nene.
But you can't, please, Ringo!
This is it. The moment that the soba and kakiyake come together creates the most perfect balance of flavor ever. It's all gone! How did that happen again?
Interesting. It would seem the sakura shrimp are playing a bigger role than I had first thought. According to the archives, the creator of this style of shrimp soba came from a famous shop. They became popular when they used Shiba shrimp as the base for their kakiyage. So, Nene opted against that shrimp and chose to use the sweet sakura shrimp instead. This was methodically done so as to bring out the gentle flavor of the soba and better pair it with the kakiyage. The result is a dish you can't stop eating after that first bite. The soba feels heavenly as it goes down and joins the sweetness of the sakura shrimp, which is also known as the fairy of the sea. So brilliant together, you don't know you've cleaned your plate. What? No! Can it really have that much power over you? And of course, there's the oil too.
Yes, I fry the kakiyage in sesame oil. It is refined at a low temperature, so it doesn't have the usual aroma. It retains an unexpectedly I use that to do a quick high-temperature fry for a light batter that doesn't sakura shrimp.
She makes it sound so simple, but that is quite a difficult technique.
Y que sube vino.
Too light and delicate flavor such as this means that to keep the balance, neither can be emphasized over the other.
It's not just soba, though. She's an expert with seafood, too.
Obtaining a balance like that is very difficult to achieve, even for known seasoned chefs. And what made it possible for her was
All of the time Chef Kinokuni invested, along with the traditions of Edo soba that she inherited.
Allow me to have one more taste.
I too would like another chance to sample that dish.
Help yourselves.
Incredible! The soba and shrimp form an infinite loop.
They've run out again. This must be what it feels like to leap through time.
Correct. This soba is nothing like yamakake soba or bukake soba. This is tokikake soba!
My eyes have been opened to the power of Japanese cuisine.
This is wonderful. We have been blessed with a true gourmet delicacy.
Chef Kinokuni is the best! Her dish has won over the judges!
What do you think, Ishiki? Do you still refuse to take back what you said to me earlier?
You're going to lose first, to a certain chef that goes by the name of Soma Yukihira.
Alright, I guess I'm up next. So hey there, Chef Kinokuni. I just want you to know, I've spent a lot of time learning to cook too. Now feast your eyes on my soba!
Don't blow this, Soma.
I know you can do it because you've beaten me once before.
You were able to rival even my skills, so I have no
So you gonna
doubt you'll be
come
able to win.
I'm putting all my faith in your passion for cooking. Don't waste it, Soma.
Sabi.
Please help Soma!
Suba.
You must always continue to forge your path.
Apoya uno porque suba vino.
Your order is up.
Ay carajo, como pasó de espalda.
It's time for the nasty level Soma Yukihira to present.
The heck is that? Pasta? Vermicelli?
Here we go. It's so like him.
It doesn't look anything like any soba I've ever seen. That much is obvious!
But I do wonder something. After frying it for so long in that pan, do you think the soba's been able to maintain any of its flavor?
Does Soma have a chance?
Can he pull out the win from Chef Kinokuni?
It's time for the taste testing. Ladies and gentlemen of the panel, please dig in. Okay. So, give Soma the bad news. It must have totally lost most of its flavor and composition. Huh?
It's all there. The flavor and the aroma of the soba are still perfectly intact.
You can't be serious.
The places where the steel pan lightly fried the edges are crunchy, a wonderful contrast to the texture of the soba.
The succulent fat of the duck meat runs over the soba and packs a flavor that's full of richness.
And what's truly astonishing, the taste of the soba isn't muddled at all.
Right on.
How is this possible? Wait, did he use a darker flour?
A darker flour?
Yes, that's correct. There are 3 types of soba flour. Basically, the flours are made from the different parts of the buckwheat grain.
The first flour type is the very lightest of the batch. It's made using only the endosperm of the buckwheat grain.
It's used to make soba that's easy to swallow. It goes best in dishes that already have a lot of flavor.
Oh, the second type uses the grain after it's been hulled, including all the nutritious parts surrounding the endosperm.
That is why it becomes a balanced soba that retains both flavor and aroma.
And now the third. It is the darkest type of all, which uses the entire unhulled grain.
As such, the soba is not as smooth, but it provides the richest flavor of the 3.
Wow! Miss Nene used the first type of flour for her dish. It has a slightly sweet taste, but with a solid and chewy texture that also goes down smooth.
Whereas Mr. Soma used the 3rd type of flour.
His soba dish was rougher and not nearly as soft. However, the actual flavor of this type of soba is really quite rich. That's why the taste wasn't negatively affected when he pan-fried it. Oh, I get it now! Nice move, Soma. Way to stick it to him. Soma sure has some serious skills.
When deciding to go with a 3rd type of flour, making Yabu-style soba like Irika soba is usually the norm. And yet, how did you come up with the idea for this dish?
Didn't I already tell you? It's inspired by cup yakisoba.
Wait, cup yakisoba? Isn't that a variety of instant cup noodles for when one can't cook?
Yep. Put on as much as you like.
A topping?
It's just a little seasoning, like those packets you get with the cups. Ever since I was a kid, I had a real fascination with the different cup noodles. They have so many varieties of flavors, and all of them can be made in a single cup. I was curious how I could adopt the approach in my own cooking, and that's the reason why I set out to find how I could make the most delicious cup yakisoba ever. I tried frying up some of these noodles after I drained them.
Isn't that just an ordinary batch of yakisoba you have?
Soba made from the 3rd type of flour with the most flavor. Basic stock mixed with a thick bonito stock to create a rich soup, and then topped off with slices of duck meat and long green onions. Bring them together in a wok that serves as your cup. I call this dish Yukihira style Kogashi soba!
Yes, indeed. Japanese instant cup noodles have made many rapid advancements over the past few years. They are another example of cooking that should be honored as historic and traditional.
Same old Soma. Always finding inventive ways to keep on impressing us.
Oh! This spice mix uses Japanese pepper. Delicious!
This one uses ginger as its prime base. Mixing it with the soba makes it transcendent.
It's steaming hot and tastes so delectable.
A rush of flavor and fun that can be shared with friends. It must remind eaters of their youth, being warmed up by a cup of noodles while chatting with friends. Yes, it's almost like...
It's like walking the streets of an evening summer festival with your dearest friends. Beautiful yet melancholy.
Your soba and its fragrance.
Who will be the victor of this historic showdown?
But let's see.
Yes. This brings our judgment to a final close. We shall now announce the results. The first bout, 3rd card, Nene Kinokuni versus Soma Yukihira, shall be settled here.
The victor for this bout was determined unanimously, with one dish rising above.
What?
With what dish?
No matter how you slice it, Chef Kinokuni has more experience at cooking soba, although... Please tell us, Nene.
Yes, ma'am?
I can only assume that in Japan you have a similar idiom. The proof is in the pudding. I believe there's still some soba left here, yes? Please try some for yourself.
What? Oh, why should I bother with
You've
this?
misunderstood.
What I want is for you to try your own soba.
Oh,
Try your own.
what is she trying to say? I've prepared the perfect soba just as always.
It's different than usual. Am I correct?
I'm sure you can tell.
Compared to the soba you are accustomed to serving, the aroma of this is weak.
Huh?
Now then, why don't you compare yours against Mr. Soma?
It's true. In comparison to mine, I don't understand. There should have been no flaws in my cooking techniques.
Room temperature. Most of the aroma is due to just that. And the volatile compounds, which are aldehyde, nonanol, and decanol. And so,
What?
the volatility of these compounds will fall in relation to the surrounding temperature. Isn't that right, Akira?
That's right. But as to explain it differently, volatility basically relates to how smells are dispersed in the air. And that can be extremely important for cooking. Even more so when it comes to cooking something easily persuaded like soba.
You really knew the answer to all that?
It's just a hypothesis. But there's a strong possibility that soba's aroma can vary depending on the surrounding environment it's served in.
Quite right. This venue could be considered a kind of hell for wanting to showcase soba in its best possible way.
But that's what made all the difference. Miss Nene's soba had a light and delicate aroma to it. That's why the environment seemed to have more of an influence than usual this time. However, Mr. Soma's soba was fried. The scent of the oil combined with the pan-fried aroma was so rich it gave each bowl a sense of allure, elevating the flavor of the soba that much more.
What? That's just a lucky coincidence that worked out.
It's not a coincidence at all. It was planned all along. Soma knew what he was going to make here from the very beginning.
That sounds right. I decided pretty early on, when I was choosing the soba flour in the warehouse. I was like, is there some kind of aroma that could really grab you? That's why I decided to fry it, to really emphasize that soba smell. But I figured regular type 1 flour wouldn't hold up to frying, so I thought I'd go with type 3 flour, since it's stronger smelling. The judges would get a real sense of it. So, like, can I have some of your awesome soba too, please, pretty please? And you can feel free to have some of mine while you're at it.
Tell me, Nene, when you heard that the theme ingredient was soba, did you ever consider maybe trying a different approach?
Huh?
No, you didn't, did you? You've been taught Kinokuni's the only method, right? And because of that, you would use type 1 flour.
But why? Why? I've trained all my life to learn how to replicate the highest quality of soba. Tell me, how were you able to pull something like this off? This wasn't just some regular
Serio?
food war. This was a real battle. I came in today well prepared and ready to give everything I have against you.
What are you even talking about? When the customer's involved, every day is a real battle. It's only natural I would do this.
You get it now, right? Just how frightening he is. To make the eater as happy as possible, he'll notice any and all changes and adapt his style as needed. That is what his experience working in an eatery has taught him. It's what his specialty is. And it's what makes him so formidable.
This was a cup that only Soma Yukihira could make. One that was of the moment and a new possibility for soba.
For the third card win of the first bout, the victor is...
From the Rebel Team, Soma Yukihira.
You are welcome.
You just beat the number 6 seed.
That was amazing, Soma!
I knew you would go out and splash the competition! Never had any doubt! That was quite a respectable win!
Thank you.
Alright, Soma, you did it!
Yeah, you did great, man. Thanks, dude.
Great work out there, Soma.
Thank you.
What's up, Arana? Don't have anything supportive to say?
I don't see any reason to gush over him.
You did great! I get it, okay? So please, you don't have to say anything else about it, my beautiful little friend! I haven't said anything yet.
Regardless, my good friends, this marks our second victory. 2 victories, I say.
That means there's just one battle left! In the first bout, at least.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll be a big one.
You dirty, filthy ratbags need to get off your high horse.
course.
Huh? You keep doing that and you'll get wrinkles, my dear.
Oh, shut up! It's not over! You do know who else is fighting in the
Fuck.
first card, don't you? Chef Shoko Kaburagi. She's a powerhouse who got the number 5 seat after winning the Battle Royale. That's how they finally decided on who would sit on the 10.
I know. I do appreciate the explanation, though. But the person the number 5 seat is facing is someone who until recently used to hold the number 3 seat.
The number 1 card is unanimous. Kosuke Megishima of the Rebel team is victorious. What?
So doesn't this mean
That the first bout is...
Hold on. For real?
It's like the Rebel Alliance. We won them all!
Say there, Soma. I'm calling in that promise. Do you have any complaints?
nope?
If we keep losing like this, we could all get wiped out completely by the third bout.
Yeah, that would be a pretty bad look for us.
Sure, but no matter what happens from this point on, Soma must be destroyed.
It would be way more fun to smack them all down at once, while the scumbags are still so full of themselves.
There's no way that they're getting rid of us that easily. We'll always win.
Please, Nene, you're being way too hard on yourself.
And now, we shall take a break before the next battles begin. Following this, chefs from both teams shall compete with the next theme ingredient. See you in the next bout of the Regimental Food War. Until we meet again. Take care.
3 victories so far, huh? But the battles ahead are gonna be increasingly tough. Don't let your guard down, Soma.
That was amazing work out there, Soma!
That bout definitely gave me chills.
Well, it is getting pretty chilly in this place, isn't it, Takumi?
You know that's not what I meant. Come on now, Aaron. Say something sweet to our young hero.
What, me?
Failure.
Soma, your point of view is not entirely bad, I would say. I think someone just went to the bathroom.
Yan lah. Ay, talagang ipaban. Yan lah. Nasa yung asesinato. Pwede mo. tadi. Ah, que pensando en cojo. Penso como.
The race is about to start. We need to get going. It's the final 10. So pipe down. Let me think. Not good. It feels like we're behind the pack already.
Relax, Jose. There's far to go.
Oh, what do you know? You're just a child.
Hold on to your loincloth, Jose.
Please be safe, okay?
Showtime, boys. It's gonna be a long road, but at the end, victory awaits. Here we The race is on now.
I won't hold anything back.
Kids got some spunk.
All right, you guys, hang on, because we're about to blast out of here.
You lost your mind!
Bye bye. Ya se los estoy. Es rápido.
So my experiment resulted in about 65% of the obscene pressure I was expecting. I'd like to get the thermal conductivity to the boiler a lot closer to my calculations. I'll need to readjust the pipeline. There won't be enough clearance between the pipe and also need to re-examine the cooling system to see how long I can extend the practical running time. There's still a lot of room for improvement. Next stop.
Yes, Fumi. What's the matter? And don't forget in the dojo, address me as Shihana.
Shihana, a messenger from Lord Kuroda has arrived and is requesting that you report to his worship's manor immediately.
Really? Why didn't you say that sooner?
You know Sonomo Abe? Yes. The Sonomo family second son?
Yes, sir. He's a mechanical genius. He creates unusual gadgets and things, calling them experiments, but rumor has it that he carries on in some rather wild activities.
They're not merely rumors.
What in the world is that?
Who cares? The thing has destroyed my garden. Were we still in the Tokugawa era, I would slay him for this disrespect, no questions asked. But though they may be commoners now, the family were once major merchants who had official dealings with the shogunate. So I'll have to deal with this matter with some degree of restraint.
Yes, you're right. But the boy is trouble. One can't deny.
Which is why I called for you. I am ordering you to be Apare's overseer.
Who, me?
That's right. Your close age means you're the perfect fit.
The perfect fit for what exactly, sir?
Also, from what I understand, he was once a pupil at your dojo.
Oh, well, not quite, sir. His father twisted my arm to let him join, but I expelled him after just 3 days.
This is not a discussion. If anything else happens, I'm holding you responsible as well. You're to keep a close watch on him.
Yes, sir.
However, I wouldn't be that surprised if he's already been murdered by his cellmates. I haven't thrown him with the major criminals. If he dies as a result of some jailhouse scuffle, that's all baby falls on.
What's the deal, you guy? Too good to say hello?
Oh, I never say hello. It's a waste of my time.
Is that
Yalla.
so? Well,
Looking for
what did you make me snap?
Oh my.
What the hell was that?
because he told me to.
You got some attitude, kid. Guess I'll have to teach you how it works in here.
That won't be necessary.
What's all the racket? I don't know. Our only job here is to look the other way if something happens. There's someone missing, right? You seen a cheeky little brat?
He just busted out.
Huh?
Just where have you been?
At the beach. After that, I broke into an estate, spent some time in jail, and now I've come back home.
Explain yourself. What exactly do you think you're doing, son?
What's the point of explaining something you wouldn't understand?
Oh, brother, how dare you speak to your father with such disrespect?
You are 19 years old. Stop wasting your time with this foolishness and help out with your business. You may be the second son, but that is no excuse.
I'm busy right now. I've got some other things to do.
Well, either you get to work or you get out.
You see, he just opened the jail door on his own and walked away.
Breaking out of jail is a serious offense. Go gather some men. We'll catch him and make sure that he can't wreak this kind of havoc again.
Sir.
Why do you need to touch me, brother?
I just do. To catch a criminal.
Is everything okay?
Yes. I'll handle it before things get out of hand. It's fine, so don't you worry. I'll be back home soon.
What is it?
What I'm looking for, Sorado Apare.
Oh, you're the Shihanda from Itzy. I'm his older brother, Honda. Has he done something again?
Well, yes, sort of.
That fool. He never does any work, just spends all day tinkering with those silly gadgets.
So,
He's here. You'll find him in the old storehouse. Just head around back outside. He won't lift a finger for us. So please convince him not to bother anyone else at the very least. Apare.
Mierda.
Oh, you're in there. Apare. I'm coming in.
oh, look at you, Saiti.
Seems that explosion's happening too late. Guess I gotta tweak the internal steam pressure just a little bit more.
Hey, hold on just a minute, please.
What is this place?
The Western technical manual?
Nope, not a manual. It's a story.
Really, you don't say.
Whoever you are, stop touching my stuff.
Have you really forgotten who I am? You enrolled in my dojo 3 years ago and used that cowardly weapon on me.
Yeah, you're the guy who lost it.
That doesn't count as a loss. Anyway, now I'm the Shikandai of the Kangetsu Koryu School. But that's beside the point. Look, as we speak, men are being gathered to either arrest you or immediately put you to death. I promise I will beg them to let you live as long as you agree to go back to jail to pay for all the things that you've done.
That place is no fun.
It's no fun? It's not a question of being any fun or not.
Oh, so what is the question?
Just, well, you know, it's loud. Maybe... the entire point is that they'll be coming for you soon.
Good for them. I'll still do whatever I want.
I ought to... So stubborn. You may want to believe that, but you have to be very careful about what you say. Now is the time to start thinking about being humble and begging for your life. I'm actually just trying to save your skin, young man.
I never asked you to.
It's my duty, because today I was ordered to be your overseer. And if this is how you choose to behave, I must
Yeah, nah.
to ensure you don't cause more trouble. Please, I'm begging you. You have to come with me and apologize to Lord Grola. I still have an unmarried younger sister and an elderly father. Don't make me put my life on the line on your account. Please, just listen to reason. I'll also mention my father has arranged a wife for me. I've yet to meet her, but I'm sure she's beautiful, kind, and quite ready for marital bliss. Do you want to make her a widow before she's even married? I'm on my knees here.
Stop! That's enough. I've had lots of people try real hard to get me to bow down to them before. But you're the first one to ever bow down to me. Does it make you this skin crawl?
Does that mean you'll come with me?
No.
You ain't had a chance. In exchange, I need a favor.
What kind of favor?
Excuse me, is Sorano Apare here?
Yes? Is there something you need from him?
We need to haul him in. Trying to cover for him would be very foolish.
Where are we going?
My ship's dock.
Your dock?
I've been building a steamship.
Are you serious? You've been building a steamship all by yourself down here?
Yes. Ever since the new government, it's been easier to get foreign books and parts. Pretty much whatever you want in the Nagasaki shipyards.
Interesting. Does this thing really even work? I didn't know that a steamship could be this smooth.
Oh yeah. That's what's so exciting about this new engine of mine. All the same horsepower but shrunk down. Once I'm finished with it, it's possible it could be the fastest ship in the entire world.
You think so? You've really got your head stuck up in the clouds, you know. I see what your brother was saying. Why don't you try doing some honest work and save your family the worry? Huh?
Yep, I was hoping that you might be a little different. But no, you're just like my old man too.
What do you mean?
You can go now. I'm out of here.
You're leaving? Huh? Oh, hold on! Think about what you're doing! Please, just a minute!
What's up, sis?
Several officers just came to the house, and they're looking for you.
I told you that this was going to happen.
Okay, I'm gonna head out for a bit.
Are you alright?
Mm-hmm.
You'll come back.
It'll be a while.
Well, off you go. Please take care of yourself. Take this.
I don't believe in good luck charms.
Of course I know that. But still, it's a small thing you can do to reassure you. Take it.
See ya.
Oh, hello everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I just had a moment to speak to Apari. You know, he's not really that bad of a guy. I can convince him to turn himself in. So I'd appreciate it if you please just wait here a bit. There's no need for any rough stuff.
Hey.
Ah, wait! Hold on a minute!
Hear about that? It's dangerous. Well, it's your decision. Okay. It's like music.
Hey! Stop this ship right now and take us back!
No way, I'm going on a journey. Get with me or get off.
To where?
Nagasaki, Kobe, Yokohama, and then across the ocean.
You have got to be kidding me! I'm going back! Hey, let go! Turn it back! You let go!
Hey, be careful.
It's hopeless. We have no food or water.
Yes, I know that.
So you had this long voyage planned, but you didn't think to bring the essential.
I brought everything I needed. Tools, technical manuals, gadgets for crafting.
But no food or water?
I wasn't planning on coming this far out to sea.
Are you fixing it?
Not exactly. I'm simply examining its overall condition. The emergency acceleration device was built for one-time use, so it's impossible to repair it here. We're also out of fuel, and the rudder's busted.
Is there any way that we can survive this?
From the position of the stars in our departure point, factoring our original course bearing, we should likely head towards the surface watch. The ship ran at full speed for half a watch. Calculating inertia plus the direction of the ocean's current,
Aye.
as well as our present rate of speed, obviously. Distance to shore, 22 to 25 radian. Hey, can you swim?
Yes, but I can't make it that far.
Same for me. So you mind if I get back to work now?
Go on. Let's review. Maybe it's possible we could go through here by tomorrow. How can you be so fixated on that machinery right now?
Our entire world is connected. When I was 4 years old, I saw my very first steamships. I pretty much knew that the ocean was a vastly expansive body of water. But there were these huge ships I'd never seen before that came across it. They came from somewhere, you understand? The ocean was much more than an expanse of water. It connected us to a world I'd never even seen. The ocean connects to unknown lands. The sky connects to the moon. And the moon connects to the stars.
But this is a
a story, right? It's just fiction.
More than that, it's an idea, a dream. Someone thought, what if we could go to the moon? It's inspiring. How far can I go? Across the sea? Beyond the sky? Or can I travel all the way to the other side of the moon?
As long as it's not the ocean floor.
If anyone can reach the other side of the moon, I'm going to be the one to do it. This ship is just the first of many steps.
Sorry, but I'm afraid it's looking more and more like your final step. Please live a long and happy life for the both of us.
So the ferry that takes us across the Sanzu River to the underworld is a steamer? It's basic instructions.
Hey, you need to help me out here.
We're in America. Hello, Los Angeles.
Oh my god.
Ah, positivo. Viajó. Otro país. Vamos para allá. ¿El martillo o el ataque de importante?
I won't lose my head no matter what. And that's the thought that sealed my fate. Apare only thinks about himself. And as he makes his grand exit, I get dragged along for the ride. Next thing I know, we're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Luckily, we were rescued. But now we're in Los Angeles?
Yeah. ¿Dónde está?
think you can fix the ship, Papa? How long before we'll be able to get back to Japan?
Not happening.
Why not?
I'm not gonna fix the ship.
Why not? Because it's experimental. And why does that matter?
So many questions.
That's because I need answers. Help me understand.
I've accomplished the goal of the experiment, so repairing the ship to the way it was would be pointless. Besides, it never had the range to cross the Pacific in the first place.
Well, why don't you just try to improve it then?
There are a lot of rudimentary steamships around that are good enough to make that journey.
Are you saying that our fine ship is rudimentary?
Yes, I am.
Sorry. Do you really have to be so rude? Do you realize that it's thanks to the nice captain that we're alive and have a place to stay right now?
Don't worry. We haven't used this storehouse in quite a while. You can stay till someone comes looking to rent it. Don't worry. You let me keep this little thing, you got a key.
Works for me. And while you're at it, I don't suppose that you'd be open to taking us back to Japan?
No, fool. You really think I'm gonna take you there for free? You're lucky I didn't charge both of you the fare for your passage over here.
I'll do anything you need. I can clean or cook, whatever to help.
I already have cooks and cleaners on staff. Genius might actually come in handy, but what else can you do? Besides, I'm not itching to hire a crewman who's gonna jump ship as soon as we get him where he wants to go.
Not to mention, we're about to head through the Panama Canal straight onto Japan. We're going to be close to Japan for a while. I see.
I suggest you go get a job, because if you don't work, you don't eat. And if you work like a madman for 10 years, you might be able to charter a ship out to your own country.
We're here. We come to the country that made the steamships.
Please just consider it. I'll do anything.
They're in the business of making people comfortable, so we can't very well hire someone from God only knows where.
What do you mean by that? I'll tell you where. I was born and raised in Fuyutsuki, Shibaura. My family name is Ishiki, and my given name is Kusame.
Steam-powered cars are everywhere. Damn, I don't think.
Look, Akae, you're going to have to find work too.
What?
So you want me to hire you?
That's right.
I have a small shop, and all the help I need.
That sounds perfect. It isn't like a lot of work. As long as you pay me a decent wage for it.
So, how did you do? You have any luck?
Afraid not. Seems like they aren't hiring at the places where I want to work. I don't want to work at the places where they are hiring right now.
That's ridiculous. You're just going to have to look harder. Remember, there are 3 essential things in this life. Your pride, what you're eating today, and the money to buy what you're eating tomorrow. We're not in Japan anymore, you know. No matter what we have in reserve, we can't rest on our laurels. But we have to.
What about that?
Isn't that enough, Kapare? I didn't take up the blade so I could be some kind of street performer next.
We'll go one round. That's 3 minutes.
Is that so? Pugilist. Therefore, I shall reciprocate your pride with my own.
Ay, chavo, este tipo me está cogiendo mucho.
Thank you. I simply read my code and move first. All of the skills in the Hangetsu Torii school derive
You
from...
have to get influence on that. If you don't, then people are going to rise up and stop paying.
Why don't you do it? We need to go get something to eat. All that sparring has made me hungry.
Hey, wait! Somebody! It looks like you have to pay to get inside. Come on! That's our food buddy!
Está divertido. Nossa, estoy perdiendo.
Yes, of course! I have a family, you know! And my poor fiancé must be heartbroken to be kept waiting so long. They probably only just moved to bed and the future has been broken off. Do I look like I feel better? Oh, good, they think I'm dead. That's excellent. It actually makes things worse! Way worse! You're a complex man, you know. The prize money will get us back home.
Yeah, I was going to have a story later. You could never pull that off.
Okay, you more cool with it than you. As for me, I'm planning on crossing Wisconsin faster than anybody else. If you don't want to join me, I only need one seat in the car, right? Huh? No! Well, look.
You really haven't seen him? He's got this tattoo on his neck.
No, Scram. What's the big idea? Now hold on! You okay, little boy? What are we in the damn zoo? Hey, little boy, wait.
I'm not a little boy, you got me.
Permission. We always start trespassing, you know? If we're going to do it first, we gotta see if it's people. If we're going to go back to the main jungle. Hey!
Que nada, maldito gordo este. Ending.
No, buddy! Be careful! You all right?
Yeah. Are you hurt?
Who the hell are you? Why are you sneaking around here?
Oh, yes, well,
We want to see the cars. Aren't you dead?
Hey!
hold on, please. We're not criminals. We only came to look.
But you're armed.
No!
Get back! Because of you two fools, I just wrecked my boss's car.
That was quite a kick for a woman.
You think a woman can't hurt you, huh?
No, wait! I don't want to fight you. Look,
Get rid of your weapon!
I'm sorry, but I can't just lay down my katanas. If you must hit me, go on.
Yeah, I knew it. So this car, it's gas powered, right? Don't tell me why around,
Gracias. No, no quiero. Haciendo esto, que cabrón.
That's right. My name is Ishiki Kosuke. That's what I know about it. I apologize for breaking in. We don't want to cause any more trouble.
I'm in the same situation, so I completely agree with you. I work as a tour girl here during the day, but I snuck in tonight to drive one of the cars without permission.
You're serious?
I am. I came here when I was a little girl. I was so impressed by the drivers, and somehow convinced them to let me work here doing small jobs. Right off. Everyone's hopeless.
Girls can't be race car drivers.
If a gal wants to get behind the wheel, she should join the circus, not the circuit.
Look, Jane, it takes a man to drive a car. It takes muscle and guts. And it ain't about the fire in the engine. These babies run on the fire in a man's heart.
It's unfair, but that's just the way things are.
So then why are you driving?
Just to relax and stare. But now, those days are over. Since I wrecked the car, I'm definitely gonna get fired. And that's just if I'm lucky.
Both of us will swear we didn't see anything.
I can't lie to everybody else like that. The drivers put their lives in the hands of the mechanics. Lying about it means I'd never get to be on the team.
I don't quite understand the problem. I thought you said women weren't allowed to race cars.
True.
And what's the issue?
It may be forbidden, and the road may say they'll never allow a woman to do it. But I still don't want to do anything that would personally disqualify me. I know. I sound like a fool.
Hey! How far can this thing travel in a single tank of gas?
Come on, now's not the time.
50 to 55 miles, give or take.
A 40-liter tank?
It's 43.
1.2 miles per liter.
Why do you want to know about that?
We're going to build our own car to compete in a cross-country race.
Huh? Are you serious?
Of course. And we'll win.
Just a couple more idiots who are in it for the money. Where are you going to get all the structural parts? You know how to drive through wild country without a road? All while trying to defend yourselves from bandits and animals?
If you're lucky, you'll break down before you leave Los Angeles. And if you're not, you'll just die out in the middle of nowhere.
We'll die out there? Well, if it was easy, it wouldn't be any fun. I'll do something no one else could do. And then the entire world will know who I am.
Yeah, well, no one else can do it because it can't be done.
There's a huge difference between what's impossible and what's thought to be. Like, is it impossible for a woman to be a race car driver? You're a great driver, at least as good as the guys we saw today. And you seem to be well versed in cars.
What do you know anyway?
I don't know. That's the reason I'm asking you. Why do you let others choose your fate?
Cut it out, Hakaru. Don't be pushy. You need to realize that you may have nothing to lose. Not everyone's situation is the same.
Oh yeah? Things are more complex for you?
Either way, it's too late at this point. I know I'm going to get fired tomorrow. Good night. You guys were able to break in, so I trust you'll lock up when I leave.
Oh, wait! We never got your name. What is it?
Sorry. I'm Xiang Jing.
My deepest gratitude, Miss Sherman.
Feel free to look around. I mean, there's really no way you two will ever build a car.
Oh, here are today's clothes. Thanks.
You'd be glad if I took over the shop?
Well, of course I would. We're always so busy and overworked.
You're the only child we have. Someday you'll get married and inherit the business from us.
Sounds nice.
I'll be back later.
What? You broke number 4.
Yes. I was driving it without permission last night.
You out of your mind. You must have dreamed. Look, all number 4's out there ripping it up. That baby set a new record here in the test run. Hey, get number 3 on the track.
Are those two guys behind us?
No lollygagging, Ching. You ain't dreaming now, so get back to work.
Oh, yes, sir.
What you did was amazing.
There was nothing wrong with the engine with lots of spare parts lying around.
The world says they'll never allow it. Well, I know that feeling. I've heard it myself. They say that the new world won't allow me to keep my katana. That's easier said than done. But I can't give them up. Well, let's head back and eat dinner. Isn't it lucky for us that storehouse comes with a living space? It's no palace, but it'll suffice for the time being. You say something about a tattoo? What'll you do? Chop down a tree?
Hey, that's enough! Leave him alone! He's just a kid. What is wrong with you?
What do you care? You his old man or what?
No, but I just saw that.
Then shut your hole! Damn savages need to be reminded that we got rules in this here country.
No, don't shoot him!
This ought to calm him down.
The hell are you?
Y'all best keep it down. You're killing my buzz.
Ya, saya kolak juga. Alicia, Alicia, voy camino con Alicia. Alicia, ¿verdad? Ese es el nombre de ella, Alicia. Es el nombre de ella, ¿verdad? Alicia.
I was driving the truck at night when Alcaray and Kosume popped up out of nowhere. These guys think they can...
What's the big idea?
Attaboy, can't waste the food.
Wait, how'd you?
Listen, if you want to live, you best not touch that heater.
You're playing with fire. Back off! This guy, this gentleman, is Dylan of the 1003. 1003?
I don't copy that type.
Nada.
You saved our lives. Thank you, sir.
Y'all need to get on out of here. This ain't no place to be taking a vacation.
Oh, sorry, but he's not here with us. We only...
Hold on! Have you seen a man with this tattoo on his neck?
What you gonna do if you find him?
Take back what's ours. What was stolen?
You'll get yourself killed. Forget it.
Wait up! Do you know something about this guy?
Watch out, Hancock, kiddo.
Remember, someday you can try to catch up to me.
What's your problem? Don't be rude to this man. He just saved us.
Do whatever you want. I didn't say that. I'm just trying to enjoy a little fireworks.
Oh no, kid! Are you okay?
There's some food in the bag right there. Where am I? The storehouse down the harbor. This is where we live. What are you doing? Turning a ship into a car to enter a race. What? A ship into a car?
Oh, good, you're awake now. How many times do I have to tell you that's for my katana, not your rubbish? My name is Kosame, and that man is Apare. You okay there, little boy? Are you alone? Where's your family?
Don't call me little boy. I'm called Kosuke. My family is far from here. My mother, my sister, and my brothers. I came to this place from part of the east and part of the north, all on my own. I'm here to take back the store of your tribe.
What was home?
Horses, my home, and my
Yeah.
father's life.
I know exactly what you've been through, but once you feel done, you should return to your family. If these men took the life of your father, how can a child like you get your way into justice?
Don't treat me like a child when you're weaker than me. I won't forget the kindness you've shown me, but I will never follow the empty words of such a weak man. Hey, so far to the east and north means where exactly? It's around this area. It was farther to the east before they showed up. The land was taken from us. These mountains, do you know of a route that we could drive through them? And what's the approximate elevation? How steep can you climb? Do you know some places we could resupply along the way? What's the weather like there?
Stop bombarding him with questions and let him rest. He's injured.
Sure, okay.
This area doesn't get much rain, so that means it's possible your only source of water could be this river.
My hands are tied. Fella came along looking to rent every last warehouse I've got. I'm Rick Flash. I'm all the way from Europe. Said cost is
Yeah, that.
His crew's unloading its cargo from that great biggin over there as we speak. Where are you going, McLean?
To tell him he can't.
Hey, this ain't up to you, you know.
Yes, that's the spirit. Hold on, I'm coming with you.
Take this to my tent immediately. I need to inspect the contents.
Así Dios. No se pasa un poco.
Right as always, Sophia. Thank you.
You have a violin.
Of course. Because I know that not only am I going to win this race, I will also show the entire world that I'm talented enough to take over BMW.
You've done nothing yet to prove. Everyone already recognizes how capable you are.
No, they don't. Not yet. Automobiles are only a fledgling part of our family's businesses at this point. My father and my older brothers refuse to hand over control because they see them too young and inexperienced. However, through winning this race, I will change my father's mind and also silence my father's wagon songs.
Excuse me! Excuse me!
Enjoy.
Many thanks, miss.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
said that you would like to keep using the storehouses as you were.
We would.
Aren't all of the other empty ones enough to house everything from your ship?
If you truly believe that my needs are a matter of your concern, you are greatly mistaken. I ask that you vacate at once.
Now, Ed.
I'm not just keeping my citizens there. I need space to maintain and test my machine, a break area for my staff, a place to train, and a dog run for deer outfit.
Well,
It's barely enough as it is.
What's your machine?
Look behind you. The top drawer of BMW's technology, all in one beauty. Well, he's quite taken.
so, can't you find it in your heart to give us a space to sleep?
I imagine there are plenty of hotels nearby. We'll be making full use of these facilities until the Trans-America Wild Race begins.
You've come here to enter the race as well.
Indeed. My name's Al Lyon, and I shall be entering the race under the banner of Big Boss. Specifically, I'm racing on behalf of BMW, thus I won't settle for less than first place.
So we're rivals.
What? Wait, I had no idea you were competing.
We are.
Hey, a layman should not be touching that.
Amazing. Someone's more talented and well-honed than any car I've ever seen before.
Well, what do you expect? There is simply no better car in existence.
Still, the basic design is exactly like most other cars. And it's a bit too elegant. Plenty of room for improvement.
What do you know anyway?
Let's race. It'll be your car against mine.
What? Race your car?
And if I win, we get to keep using the storehouse for as long as we need it. In 10 days, I'll turn that into a car yours can't beat. And I realize that's just a perfect talent.
All right, then I agree. Huh? In 10 days' time, we will race wherever you like. If you win, you are free to use this place in any way that you see fit. But I must know what the prize will be if I'm the victor.
You can use this place however you like.
But the storehouse is mine to begin with, so I would have nothing to gain from that arrangement.
Then he'll commit harakiri.
I would never wish for that, but there must be something else. How about... I take your sword as my prize.
Hijo de puta. Que la katana, ven.
My treasured katana have been in the Ishiki family for generations now.
Then let's win.
Oh, what if we have the race in the ocean?
No way.
Well, then the sun. Oh. You know, you really need to rest. Give your body some time to heal. What are you doing with those?
You two barely have anything, so I can't keep living off of you.
Did you steal those fish?
I caught them. You know, if you honor and respect nature, she will always provide for you. Here, there's one for each of you. I'll be smoking the rest.
I truly appreciate your generosity, but a child like you doesn't need to take care of the adults
Okay,
who
so you
have...
don't want one. Apare. Can you eat too?
And that's done.
What is that?
My wind-up powered two-wheeler.
Ah, ¿en serio?
Going out for a bit. Potato, could you grill my fish for me?
Sure, okay.
Where are you going?
Well, I have to turn this thing into a car in 10 days, so I'm gonna need to find some more parts.
Hey, I'm coming with you. Can you keep an eye on things here for us?
You're really not getting fed, Kusame.
Say what now? The Transamerica Wild Race?
Our team's entering, aren't we?
Of course we're not. We compete in that and wreck our car. You can kiss this whole ball of wax goodbye. Besides, our machines aren't tough enough to go all the way across the country.
Oh, I see.
That's the ticket, David. Now you gotta keep that up on
Pare?
So this is okay? We can just take this stuff?
Yeah. This is basically a scrapyard from all the wrecks we've had.
Ya. No sé mi compañero, pero no uso mucho a ella. Así me acostumbro.
Thanks very much.
No problem. I actually owed you guys a favor.
Well, that might have fixed your car. I just watched him work.
Yeah, but you insisted on it, Kusame. I wanted to speed it up and make it even faster.
Have you had the chance to drive anymore since that night?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. This place is a gold mine.
Do you really think you'll be able to build a car that can beat a BMW in only 10 days?
Yes. It'll be a short race. A simple goal calls for a simple machine. I've already drawn up the blueprints.
But what if you lose? The katanas are one thing, but you'll be out on the street, right?
It'll take time, but you'll figure out that although he's selfish and lacking in manners, his word is solid, he never lies, and he won't promise something that he can't deliver.
You give me a hand here?
Sure, okay. I can't believe I ever doubted him, to be perfectly candid. I'm going to carry all this stuff back with us.
I'll be back if I need more.
Come on, how about saying thank you very much?
You can come watch the race if you want.
You're a fool. Your machine will never be able to beat a BMW.
That's what everybody says. Just makes it more interesting for me.
¿A qué metido?
It seems like you're pretty healed up, huh? Well, guess kids bounce back quickly.
Weak men always look down on others. That's what my grandfather told me.
I'm not looking down on you, okay? I'm just saying that children are all the same in certain aspects. Hey, what was that for?
Enjoying yourselves today?
Mr. Leon.
Call me Al. Who is that? Your boy?
Heck no.
He's not. This is Hototo. Long story, but he's staying with us right now.
Nice to meet you, Hototo. How are you today?
Okay. This is Sophia. She's my,
I'm a chaperone, to make sure he doesn't do anything silly.
I figured you were his older sister.
My mother's a domestic worker and served as nanny for many years.
Let's get going, Sophia. We'll do the city and warm up some.
I'm gonna find a place for the race. Hototo, come with me.
What's that?
It's my wind-up powered two-wheel transport.
Please let me try it.
No way.
No need to be stingy. Surely he can ride it for a moment, can't he?
Just for a brief moment.
If you can manage to win our race, then this little thing is all yours.
Is that so? You're wrong.
But if I beat you, I'm taking the car.
You talk big.
Hey, I know. Forget my katana and we'll trade the score.
I agree.
Huh?
I have no doubt that victory shall be mine.
But
don't forget, we have an agreement.
Hijo de puta. Venga.
Oh, he must have realized his mistake and chose to spare himself the embarrassment.
what's that?
Speed it up, would you? We're running late.
duel of blades, whoever shows up the latest wins.
Hosto's beating us. Switch.
No! Remember what happened last time, and I'm not ready to die, okay?
You're being dramatic. And there's a seatbelt now.
Forgive the delay.
I won't scold you for being tardy. Rather, I compliment you for making it all the way here in that inelegant contraption. I'll be taking that transport, as well as your swords, of course.
Well, I'm ready.
I wouldn't be so sure.
It's my warrior code!
Would you like me to hold him till the race is over?
Oh, Shadow. You're here too.
Yeah. So you actually built the thing.
Sure did. And I'm gonna win with it.
Wow, I'm impressed. But I don't see this thing having any chance of beating his car. Sorry, but it seems completely impossible.
She's right. You two are like birds who merely dream of flight. Let's begin, although it's a total waste of time.
I think that we should change the plan and have you drive instead.
Good, because that always was the plan. Alright, this is the starting line. We'll shoot the gap between those rocks, then loop back around. And the first one that touches this tree is the winner. Since there's no road, the whole wasteland...
Antépate, ya, no, ya.
Sounds perfect to me. So, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Get set.
Go!
I'm not holding back. That is the noble thing to do.
Dang! The BMW is so fast!
We need to hurry!
Shut up or we'll end up biting your tongue, Kosei.
Alright, here we go!
Alpare turns into a whole different person when he's behind the wheel.
La puta.
Not bad.
Venga.
First thing I'll match for is speed.
Alpare realizes that. Even so, he intends to win today.
Got a cliff coming up! Go around!
Hold on tight, okay?
Why?
Una pregunta.
These birds can fly. You see? Into the sky!
We can't fly! We're gonna die!
Hang on! Yes! That man's insane. But now we're all at the place he can launch himself from. It's a battle of pure speed.
Damn it! We're done.
Kusame, when I give the signal, pull the red lever by your feet as hard as you can.
What lever? Oh, that one.
There's no way we're gonna lose. The Apare will fly again.
Wait, what? Again?
460 meters to the finish line. 40, 20...
Now, Kusame!
Here!
Ascending to.
Emergency acceleration booster, engage!
Wait a second! Something's wrong!
Yeah, that.
I will not be defeated.
Run! Hurry!
Short after all. Say what? After all?
Nicely done, Apare.
I crossed the finish line!
Appare. You are a complete and utter lunatic. This little trick won't work in the actual race. But still, victory is yours today. You developed a cunning strategy, chose the course, and even built your own car. I chose to be complacent, relying solely on my car's performance, and I lost.
But what about the Transamerica Wild Race?
That's actually my spare car. I'm still entering the race. Driving a machine that's even faster.
All right, we've got a real car!
Forgive me, but we'll have to walk back. Al! I plan on building an even better car for the big race. Just wait. Next time you're gonna be behind me the entire way. Oui, until the point I cross the finish line before you. Here, take this. It's yours now. No, I do appreciate the gesture, but I lost, so I simply can't accept it. I'll walk back.
Well, if he doesn't mind, I'll take it.
Oh, they just feel so natural right where they should
See you
always
later.
be. Hey, you sure you don't want to ride back with us in the car?
Yep. How far can I go?
This is gonna take a little while to fix.
So, we're entering the big race in that fancy car we just won, huh?
Yan na. Yeah.
I'd like you to take care of this for me. We must let the whole world know that this is not the dawn of some new age. Understand?
Teka.
It's mystifying that I lost that bet. Appare, you absolute madman! With your absurd plan, you won back your storehouse and one of my cars for good measure. But all of that was nothing more than a prelude to the long, cruel race ahead.
Now
Table 5's up, Kasame. I'm on it, sir. Clear table 1. Up 2, right away. Service, please. You right there.
Hey, coffee.
Ah, gladly.
Boy, I want a car. What do you need with a car, you dingbat? Things cost an arm and leg, and that's after you put down 10 years savings.
I know. If I sold the car we won, the proceeds could cover the fare back to Japan, of course! Hey, stop! That means we can go home without entering this ridiculous race. And Nappa is not gonna stop me either. He may have been the one driving, but I was the one who touched the tree, which means half of that car legally belongs to me! This is it!
Ya, para que ya lo vendió esta parte.
Hey up, buddy! Listen, about the car!
Right. Think I've got the bulk of it figured out now.
That's weird. I swear I heard Kosame's voice.
Uh-huh. Said he's going back to work.
Why did he even make the trip?
Who knows? Anyway, I came up with a really good idea. We have 3 months until the race. My machine will consume the parts from Al's car, and from that, something brand new will be born.
Come again? You want to try out as a driver?
Yes.
I told you before, ladies got no place on the track.
You're wrong. I know I have what it takes. Let me prove it to you. Put me on that track and I'll change your mind.
Look here. This ain't kindergarten, Toots. You can raise your hand and make all the puppy dog eyes you want, but there's no way you're coming up to the board.
Come on, boss, it'll be fun. Here, think fast.
David, give it a rest. My cars ain't your toys, you know?
Hell, just put her behind the wheel and let her play racer for a bit. I bet she'll be ready to hang up that helmet by the time she makes it back around.
If she can even make it that far.
Here you go. Don't you forget to wash it after you're done, darling. That's the kind of work we know you can handle. You uppity broad.
Get off of him, Jing.
He's the one who came after me. You heard him. He insulted me and mocked my job.
You want to keep that job?
Damn it.
Say you're sorry, kid.
No.
If it's like that, if he's really what you think a racer is supposed to be, fine, go on and cut me loose. But before you do, give me one race with this blowhard.
What the hell?
Or I could just stomp a hole in you if you...
Mouthy, you pipe down, that's enough. If you jackanapes want to race so bad, then fine. I'll give you the course for half an hour Wednesday before practice. And you two, you're gonna be driving old number 0.
That he barely rolls downhill.
I'm not lending any car that's in racing shape to an amateur.
Okay.
Mechanics, that goes for you too. You want to do any work on the 0, you're doing it strictly off the clock. I'm gonna doing it.
Yes.
Ya sé a quién se lo puede llevar.
Don't yawn so loud. You'll scare all the fish.
You say that as if there are any fish. Trade spots for a second.
Try out as many spots as you want to, but in the end, you still have to be smarter than the fish.
Thanks for the advice. Xiaoyan? Are you okay? What's going on?
Hi, Kasame. Is that Pare around?
Hey, Appare! Appare!
Is it food?
No, not yet. But there's someone...
It's not food. I don't want to hear about it.
Hey!
Pare,
Oh, it's you.
hear me out. I need your help.
So this is number 0?
That's right. The thing's got a bit of an ornery streak, so they keep it off the track. Got a taste of that on a trip over here, in fact. Had to push it most of the way.
What about your mechanics?
I'm on David's bad side now. And the boys aren't going to put in extra work for no money.
How unfair.
Hardly. It makes sense. He is the one who represents our team on the track after all.
Ah, ¿vas a saber eso?
Okay.
Ahí está.
I'll take care of it. All we need to do is rig it with one of my boosters. And...
Don't you dare! I only want it in good enough shape to race it.
Why?
Because I need to win the race with my driving skills alone, not a faster machine. Even if I'm fighting uphill, I'm going to prove I'm the better driver. Anything less would be the same as losing.
Then what about you, Apare? That car we won from Al would have been perfectly suitable to enter in the race, but you insisted on building something brand new from scratch.
Okay, fair. But if that's what you're after, then just go talk to that guy.
Excuse me. Sorry to intrude.
That part I understand, yes. But I'm not sure why you would bring the car to me rather than hiring your own mechanic.
Because we're in a hurry.
And in poverty, too.
You have absolutely no shame, have you? Goodness me. Although, there is value in getting our eyes on a competitor's product, and it should hardly require any great investment of effort to reach such a state as to survive a single short race.
So...
We can fix it.
Great, thank you. I can stay here and help out.
Surely you know that a working vehicle is not even a guarantee that you'll make it past the starting line.
It's fine. She knows what she's doing. We've seen her driving.
Circling the track alone is nothing at all like a race. You've not had to fight for a line or been buffeted by dirty air through a corner. When you drive the circuit alone, it may seem like a carefree and peaceful place. But in a race, it's a dangerous, dirty, miserable world apart.
I'll be right at home.
That's that then.
But even if you win the race, you're still going to be out of a job, right? So what'll you do?
What will I do? What comes next doesn't matter right now. I have a race to win first, and my pride is riding on it.
I'm gonna head back now. I've got my own car to work on.
Thank you.
Well, shall I expect great things?
Uh-huh. You'll be amazed. They all will. The whole world.
And you'll be finished with it before the race.
You know, it doesn't matter right now.
Yes, it does!
Race in 10 laps. Fellas, what's the spread look like? All the bets are in and we settle on 3. That's how many times they think you're gonna make it around before I cross.
Pesca bien. Ya la maldita.
10 laps. And I'll wager all this.
Hey, we're in a restricted area, honey. You can't just walk ours that.
Jeez, Crow. What's Al Leon from B&W doing here?
I came to spectate. Now, Sophia, aquí, please.
¿En serio?
It was a flashy entrance.
Oh, yours was rather austere for my taste.
Ah, you're far too kind.
Where's Apare?
I invited him to come, but he's very good at shutting out my voice when he's working.
I see.
You're kidding me. Hey, we're burning daylight here.
No llega a tiempo. Siento.
Got some friendly advice for you, sweet cheeks. Remember the gas pedal's on the right and the brakes on the left.
What would you do? How do you win the race when the other driver has a more powerful engine? Wake up, Apare. You listening or what?
Gotta focus on driving. So no, not really.
What is your deal?
I don't have enough time to build a physical prototype. So I'm driving one in my head instead. Road surface, temperature, weather. I'm testing it in a range of driving conditions. I work out the kinks as I go. than its engine alone. We have to account for aerodynamics, the weight of the vehicle, the condition of the tires, the amount and quality of fuel.
That's a good point.
Which means if you can't win with pure engine power, you have to beat them some other way.
I can do it. I came here to win this race.
Good start, was it?
Yes, she's first. Calm yourself. They've barely rounded the first curve.
She's got less weight, so of course her car's gonna be quicker off the line.
Thing is, a good start's not gonna cut it.
His engine may be the more powerful, if only by a hair.
You mustn't use such language in the presence of a young child.
Right, beg your pardon. Aren't you gonna tell her off for calling you a young child?
It's Sophia, that makes it okay.
No, she's barely managing to stay with him. He has the power advantage. If she makes even the slightest error and he's able to break away, then the race is lost.
Hope you like my ass, because you're looking at it till we cross the finish line. She won't get past him, though.
Come on! 2 more laps! Just keep holding her off! Use your head.
Huh?
You boys think David took the lead from her, but she let him out front. Long as she keeps nipping at his heels like that, her weaker engine can keep pace without any air resistance to push through. And her tires won't wear down near as quick either.
And on top of all that, this efficient strategy allowed her to come into the starting line with less fuel, meaning less weight.
So that's why she had such a quick start.
Just you wait. It all comes together going through the final corner. It's all about nerves now.
Don't you give her an inch! Show her what racing is a man's world, David!
That.
Just get around her!
No chance of that. David got flustered after her quick start. He tried aggressively to shake her off, and it took a heavy toll on his tires. It would seem they've reached their breaking point.
Damn it! Get back here!
It's the final corner.
Look, she's ahead!
I'm for it.
Shellian! You all right? And that's how we do it. Right, fellas?
You damn buffoon. What the hell was that?
Talk your head, sweetheart. The racetrack is a
You don't deserve to call yourself a racer.
You could have trashed my damn machine over this schmuck, you little jackass! Son of a... Hey, what am I paying you for? Stop gawking and get back to work!
I'm lost. I was so sure I had what it takes to be a racer. But now, there's no way forward.
Enough, Tommy. Your average Joe would panic and start stomping all over the brakes if they went into a spin like you just did. You'd have done that, we'd be cleaning you off the wall with a hose. But a few people could keep their heads on straight, give her a little bit of gas, and get the car back under control. Pulling through a spin out like that takes some racing.
Mierda. No apoyo, mano.
See, the crowd's not looking for the best driver. They want fierce competition and passion. They want to imagine it's them.
No te apoyo, mano. Una pollita ahí.
None of them are women.
Así un
I don't think
poquito.
you're gonna see all those fellas out there in the stands rooting for a lady, no matter how good she is. Tell you what, take number 0 for a while. You were hoping to enter that big Trans-America race, weren't you? Don't know if the thing could have made a trip across the country even in its best days. But I know for damn sure it'd be a tough story to ignore. That old rattletrap leading the pack into the first supply point. And everybody would read in the papers about the woman racer behind the wheel.
Thank you.
It all worked out in the end.
Clearly, you're quite a formidable racer. You'd be a worthy rival in a more capable machine.
Jay, we were all fools. Just say the word and we'll get number 0 running better than the first time it ever rolled on the track. Hell, when we're done with it, this machine will carry you from coast to coast and back again. Right, boss?
Knock yourselves out. But if you end up with any prize money, you better believe you're paying the shop back for that work.
You guys. Yeah, let's do it.
Any thoughts? TJ of 1003 is now driving for Iron Motors.
TJ, huh? Walking sack of scat.
Pardon me, Mr. Olden. Are you two acquainted?
We are. Neither one of us is too happy about that.
Forgive me for being facetious, but of course I know the names of the famous outlaws called 1003. There's Crazy TJ, Gil the Butcher, and the man they call Dylan the Hero.
Well, we call them fools.
You received a pardon in exchange for your service in the war, but the 2 members still at large are carrying bounties of over $50,000 apiece. The law won't be coming for them anytime soon, however. Big Boss is making sure of that. Until the Trans-American race is over, they're both free men.
You think the law's gonna be holding up their end of that deal?
Well, if the rumors are true, he'll
Maldita.
jumped into the race on his own, hoping to claim the purse for himself. We're making history. This race will mark the beginning of the age of the automobile in earnest. But it's also the opening salvo in a 3-way war between the big boss sponsors, BMW, Iron Motors, and us at GM. Losing is not an option.
I couldn't give a damn about all that. Wasn't planning on losing anyway.
I'm counting on you here. If we can bring this thing home, you'll be putting me straight on the fast track to an executive suite at GM.
Better be some fine booze waiting for me at the finish.
How would a 30-year Camus suit the occasion?
That'll do.
Here's this.
Go ahead and send it to the usual place.
Understood.
Me jalaste.
It'll be a cold day in hell when they shove me back in the engineering department.
As Big Boss's sole European representative, do you have any words for the press today?
I don't, but as a racer, I'll win it. Full stop.
Get ready, Apare. We're to be featured in a newspaper story. Come on, don't you want your picture to be in the paper?
Have fun. I don't really care.
I suppose that makes me team representative. Time to put my best self... Whoa!
Get it?
Got it.
And that does it for this course.
Well, wasn't there an interview?
Ink and paper cost more than you might realize.
It's honestly a little strange that you would send us to get your picture.
Apare, you better get that car finished. We're gonna win this race, and then...
Bueno, así es la vida, tú ganas y pierdes.
I put my pride on the line out there. You don't deserve to be called a racer, coward. In the end, I couldn't pull it out. But now I'm gonna show the world what I can do in the Transamerica Wild Race. The day has nearly come. From here on out, Apare, we're rivals.
Okay, coffee over here. Gladly, my friend. And you? Thanks. And you? Rosame, pack it in. We're done. Yes, sir.
Gracias y adiós.